Hey guys, Chevy RC here. This is going to be the part 3. Yeah, part 3 of the upgrades I want, just because the 3.0 came out and I want to put 3.0 parts on here. And I know it just came out, so all the parts won't be out yet. Some of the parts already came out, so I say, yeah, why not? So let's just get started. I want to get the 3.0 A-arms. Now here's the funny thing about the 3.0 A-arms. They actually have two ways of, you call it a VLA A-arm. Well, I'm going to talk about this later, but this one I'm going to talk about first. There's this like aggressive going where it goes straight up, goes straight down. Then it has a aggressive up, and then it flattens back out. So it almost looks like a Z kind of. Now here's the second cool thing about the A-arm. There's like two holes right here. Now this one's a one hole, but the new one has two holes. Where the way you would set it up is when you put this in the inner hole, that means you have to put the shock on the inner hole, and the front shock tower on the inner hole. You do the ball stone mounts over here. And so just that's what you call a shorter A-arm. Now when you move it wider, you're basically doing the opposite thing. You bring this in, bring this hole out, so you bring the hole out. It's actually pretty cool once you think about it. I know you guys might have a question about why you would remove the shock. Just because you can have that right geometry to your suspension. And plus I'm going to be having a 3.0 front spindle, and then the trailing arm, the front axle I'm gonna get from Exotech, and or Exotech or Jane Concepts, anything that is a titanium front axle. Now some of the aftermarkets that are meant for the 22T actually is already made for 22 SCT. I mean, it's already made for the 22T, just because some of the parts are the same. I hope they cast the block. No, not cast the block. But the bulkhead. If the bulkhead's the same, like same caster, then I won't mess with it. I want to get Longsford turnbuckles. Actually, I'm just gonna go straight to that, just because of Longsford is awesome and everything. The shocks I probably won't be messing with, but I heard. Well, I don't know. I might just keep these shocks, they'll be alright. But the rare shocks, I know they're longer. The body, I'm gonna upgrade to 3.0 body. Honestly, the body looks pretty cool on the 3.0. And then, yeah, just being it that way. I want to take the body off now. Dang it. So. The 3.0 has a lot of changes, so yeah. I already know so many changes on it, and I'm just like, oh boy. So, here's another thing. Now the front shock tower and the front camera block, or front ball stem mounts, I could keep that, that's pretty cool. That's the same. The steering belt cranks are the same, but I'm going to get the aluminum one from Low C, not Exotech or anything like that, just because I want to keep it a Low C thing. But the turnbuckles, I mean, from Longsford, yeah. The servo mount is actually different. Sorry guys, I had something happening. I'm a little sick, guys, so yeah. So yeah, this one's different just because of it has to fit with the chassis better. Well, speaking of the chassis, I'm gonna upgrade it to the 3.0. Yay! I thought with the 3.0 chassis you only do it sideways, but you could do it forward or sideways, which is really cool. I would rather prefer it forward and back anyways, because I don't want the chassis to be rolling so much. I want it to have that more nimble feeling. But that's cool. I can have it forward and back and side to side. I thought it was only this way, which it was pretty cool. Now you guys may be thinking how I know all this stuff, because the 22B that Horizon Hobby, there's some green on here, so grass on here, so that's why I'm picking on it. So the 22B is pretty much similar to the SCT and the 22T, so that's why I looked at that video. I was like, okay, cool. Because since it's a truggy, it's gonna have a longer chassis, so I can fit the battery even better. I mean, yeah, I won't have the adjustments, but still, I like this better. Oh, and speaking of the, well, actually, no, never mind. You could actually, put your electronics on the, chassis itself. The way they did it to have that room is, well, here's another upgrade I'm going to get. It's 3-gear transmission. Maybe the lay down. I don't know. I might just go for the lay down so I don't have to spin. Or my parents don't have to spin so much. I already decided to do something. So, ignore that. So, the 3-gear transmission is going to be much better than the 4-gear. I have noticed that it actually works the way it does on a 4-gear. Whenever I press my brake, I notice my velocity does a 180 right away. It's because when you press brakes, it'll do aggressive nosedive. Whoa, oh, there's a tool down there. It'll do aggressive front dive, and then when you hit the throttle, it'll do a disc aggressively. Oh, jeez, my chassis. Oh well. So with the 3-gear, it actually does it less. It'll do less of this, and that'll be good. I would like that. And plus, it's supposed to have, it should accelerate a little bit better, because I don't know if it's having a mod motor, no, a stock motor that's a 17.5 or something, because it just wouldn't accelerate like I wanted to. So I think the 3-gear is going to help it accelerate a little bit better. Okay, so enough with the chassis, enough with the 3-gear. I might just do a lay down. And plus, I can have lower center of gravity when the ESC and all that is going to be on the chassis, which will be cool. Plus, I've been scratching my battery a little bit because of all this. So this will be gone. Cool. Then, now, the rear end. The rear end is completely different. It's everything that you see right here, it's different. I'm gonna get a 3.0 shock tower. I might get 3.0 shocks. I'm gonna get, well, I might just leave the shocks alone. I mean, these shocks are so awesome. It's gonna give me better jumping and landing, but I don't know, I might just keep these shocks. When you buy the shock tower, you have to buy the rear body mount, or unless you would call it the wing mount. It plus is already available. Haha, that's kind of funny. Because it came from the SCT. And once again, Longsword turnbuckles. The hinge pins, they're 2 millimeters wider, 1 millimeter on each side, so 2 millimeters wider. Supposed to, I forgot what it did. I forgot what the 2 millimeter wider meant, but I think, well, I hate saying it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be wrong anyways. So bye bye aluminum this, aluminum that, and sorry, this is already aluminum, but plus he actually made it cheaper by going with this, because instead of buying these blocks, you can actually buy the inserts. So it'll be right there and right there. So yeah, buying inserts would be much cheaper if you want to change your toe and stuff like that. Plus, they actually have this, like, you see how it's like straight up? Well, they actually made a curve right there that goes with the motor, so they can bring the motor back. They're trying to get like a 64% of rear weight, so it will be easier to drive. It won't be sliding around so much. What TLR is trying to go for is, it's supposed to be easier to drive. It's supposed to roll a little bit better because of the chassis. Um, it's supposed to have more steering without the rear end kicking out, and yeah, all that stuff. So the rear A arms are going to be changing as well to 3.0 for 22T series. All the A arms, the rear A arms are different, which it was kind of cool. They did like a 3-hole thing, and now the A arms are actually different to get the track width perfectly when you have the wider pivot. Oh, that might not be the reason. I think they're doing it by the hex hub. Look what they did. Yeah, whatever. The rear hub carrier. Now the rear hub carrier is actually different as well. So bye bye to these aluminum ones. Oh man. But actually, maybe there might be no, probably not. Because it's set up differently. It's weird. So the hex hubs are different as well. The drive shafts are different. They're actually really long. It was like 93 millimeters. It was pretty insane. Oh no, 93 millimeters are actually really long on a truggy, or that's just saying whatever. So that's the part 3 of the upgrades. One thing that will worry me, if I just get the 3-gear stand-up transmission and then have the battery sideways, I'm afraid it's gonna be nose light. Now, here's a funny thing that TLR actually did with their buggy, but they're not gonna do with this one. They actually set up the shock tower. It's gonna be straight, but the top of it's actually pushed forward. So the body mount or the wing mount on the buggy is actually pushed forward, so it won't be nose light. But I don't know how is that going to affect the truggy, because the truggy doesn't have a fin. Well, yeah, it kind of does, but you can't really adjust it. Well, I guess you could if you just, I don't know, do something stupid with it. But the way I'm going to set it up, I'm going to have a lay down transmission. I'm going to have a battery center line. So yeah, that's it guys. Chevy RC, peace.